All right, welcome everybody. This is Sherry Bowers with Connected Spirit and the Connected Spirit Connected Biz giveaway event. And this is part of our weekend spotlight series. Today I've got Missy Northdrain with us to talk a little bit about what she's doing, which is pretty awesome. And so welcome. Thanks for hopping on the call with me.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So you're into more of the, well, you're into healing, you're a healer, and your focus is more on the energetic side, correct?
Yep.
So how did you get started in your work? How did this kind of come to be? Because most people have a story.
Oh yeah. So years ago, I was very sick. And I was not getting any help from the conventional healthcare system.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept on going back to different doctors and specialists, and it was the same thing over and over again. They weren't helping me. They were maybe would do some labs or tests that would come back and they would say, oh, everything's normal, you're fine. I was not fine. So the only thing they could offer me was prescribing me a prescription drug, and usually it was an antidepressant of some sort. And every time I'd go back, they would just try to switch to a different antidepressant to try. Right. And I wasn't depressed yet. I still took them to try it because it was my only option at the time. I didn't know any better. And it just kept on going. And I was getting worse and worse and worse. And finally, I had enough and had to break the cycle. And I just stopped going and I started researching and fortunately found a naturopathic doctor and started just trying natural healing approaches on myself through researching and through the education I had and through a naturopathic doctor. And I started going in the right direction. I went from going downhill to going uphill. So that was great. So I kept on working at it. I kept on trying different things, but it was a lot of work. I tried a lot of different healing modalities. I did a lot of restricted diets. I took a lot of supplements. I did a lot of labs. It was a lot of money. And though I healed a lot and was feeling a lot better, I still had lingering issues. And I just started questioning a lot, like, why is this happening to me? Why, when I worked so hard and I'm doing all these things, am I still suffering? And then I would compare myself to other people and, my friends and my family that did not live healthy lifestyles and that didn't have a health issue at all. And I just started really questioning that. And I knew there was a missing piece. And of course, the emotional aspect, we know stress causes illness and contributes to that, but I had done a lot of emotional work too. I dealt with a lot of emotional baggage. It was everything I could think of. So I realized that we are energetic beings and there's a huge energetic part to us. We're made up of energy and more energy than physical. So I started trying more energy work and exploring all different sorts of energy work. And a lot of it was helpful. But it wasn't until I came across quantum biofeedback that I started having some major shifts very quickly and very profound. And it was so easy. It was actually some of the easiest work that I've done that happened to have most profound benefit for me. So I was immediately sold. Right. And I knew I had to share this with the world.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I'll share a little bit about quantum biofeedback.
Yeah.
And so what it is, it uses a computer technology to scan a person's voice and picture and is able to provide a report showing where energetic imbalances lie within the body, mind, and biofields. It covers so many different things, anything from vitamins to organs to hormones to spinal energy, to more metaphysical things like meridians, chakras, auras. So we get all this data. So we get this report that shows us all this data where imbalances lie. That piece right there can help us determine root causes easier. So we put all those pieces together, and based on what's going on with the person and all this data we have, it really helps figure out what's going on beneath the symptoms. So that's one aspect of it. Then the second part is the energetic healing part, which uses frequency. So the quantum biofeedback device generates frequencies that are played right off the device, or they can be sent to an app on your phone and you listen to frequencies. And the way that frequency healing works is by something called resonance, where the body is syncing up to the rhythm and vibration of external frequencies, either from an object, a computer, or a person, or and it brings you in rhythm and in balance, so that your body is more in harmony and stressors decrease and your body has the ability to heal itself. So that's a very general description, but there's also another piece to this quantum biofeedback device that I use, which was a game changer for me, and something I wish I had at the beginning of my healing journey, is the compatibility testing. So it has the ability to test for your compatibility with certain like healing modalities, such as supplements, if you resonate with certain brands and types of supplements, or eating plans, or even other healing approaches. Like going to the chiropractor or something. So it has the ability to test for compatibility. If I had that at the beginning of my healing journey, man, it would have saved me a boatload of money, time, effort, and frustration. So it's totally a revolutionary device, and it's just, so I knew I had to incorporate this into my health coaching.
So this device, this is something that you got certified in, or is it something that somebody would just go and buy? How does that?
You can
they need to work with a practitioner.
You work with a practitioner. So I got trained by the company that I purchased the quantum biofeedback device from, and then people can either get trained to be a practitioner, or they can work with a practitioner such as myself. And
so they wouldn't necessarily have to have the machine. They could work with you and you could help them.
Exactly.
Heal
so
them
we
would
So we would have, I have one-on-one sessions with people where I do the scan on them, and then the frequencies are played for them right in that appointment, or they could be sent to an app on their phone.
Nice.
Yeah.
So then they can listen to it over again and as they need it, or what, when they're prescribed to, type of a thing.
Right. So like if regular listening to the frequencies is where you're going to have the biggest shifts. It's just like taking a vitamin or exercising a little bit every day is going to be most beneficial. However, a one-time appointment, a one-time scan could really help with determining what's going on, the root causes, or compatibility testing.
Awesome. That's pretty exciting stuff.
It is.
So who do you mainly work with? Do you find that like you tend to work with specific groups or specific problems?
Yes. Well, anybody could benefit from quantum biofeedback, including kids and pets. But I happen to be, the universe has matched me up lately with women like ages 35 to 65 that tend to be having similar symptoms, such as digestion issues, like constipation, IBS, food sensitivities, hormone imbalances, mood swings, inability to lose weight, premature wrinkles, things in this group of women, what I'm finding, what we're seeing here is that their sympathetic nervous systems are just shot because of the high expectations of this group of women. And our society is so freaking high. They're expected to do everything, and working full time. You can't live now with only one person working.
Right.
You have to have 200 full-time earners in your house to be able to live. So they're working full time. They're usually the main caregiver of their children, of the aging parents, they're the ones on top of maintaining the home,
Household, yeah.
all the school activities, and they're in a constant sympathetic nervous system state. So the flight or fight state.
Yeah.
That all the time. So the nervous systems are shot. It's affecting the hormones, the adrenals, the thyroid, the digestive system, the blood sugar. So many healthy people have insulin resistance now, because their systems can't work because they're in this chronic state of fight or flight. And they're still trying to take care of themselves. On top of all that, they're still trying to eat so healthy, work out hardcore, regular spa days, doing everything that they're supposed to do.
Wonder why it's not working,
Yeah. And so they also went through the same song and dance that I did. They've gone to their doctors. They are fed up with getting nothing but a prescription for a drug. They're going to get antidepressant, anti-anxiety to just try to numb themselves so they don't think about it. They're going to get prescribed diabetes medicine. A woman the other day told me she went in with I think just a regular checkup, but her concern was that she was gaining weight even though she was trying to lose weight. And the only thing she got out of that conversation was a prescription for diabetes medicine. She doesn't have diabetes. They didn't order labs to check for diabetes. They didn't ask her about her diet. They didn't refer her to a nutritionist or health coach. They wrote her a script for a diabetes medicine that might help her lose a couple pounds. So people are just fed up. I mean, it's not, it's the system, it's the healthcare system, and it's not working. And so people are looking for alternative healers and people that are willing to try to dig and find the root cause, so they can truly heal and not just feel better, but to thrive. So, but really, I mean, that's who I'm tending to see a lot of lately. But anybody could benefit from quantum biofeedback. And if you really want some shifts in your life, if you really want to wake up every morning and be excited to jump out of bed and walk down the street and just feel like dancing and singing with the trees, like that's what I want out of life. I was tired of, I spent lots of time being sick. I spent lots of time just getting by. And now, and I have to give a lot of credit to quantum biofeedback that now, I'm thriving. And I want to share that with others.
So you do have a gift for people that want to tell us a little bit about the gift and what that is for them.
It's called emotional anatomy exercise, unlocking the path to healing. But what it is, it's an affirmation exercise to release stuck emotions that might be contributing to a physical ailment. It is a way someone could start practicing energy medicine at home by themselves without any equipment. It's also to bring awareness to your mind-body connection. And this is based on the thinking that I have that most, if not all, physical ailments are rooted from or connected to stuck emotions. So emotions are frequency, and they can get lodged in your body. And sometimes they tend to hang out in certain areas, like anger and chronic complaining tend to hang out in the liver. So anyway, what it is, it's a protocol where you say positive affirmations to help release these stuck emotions. And I have a chart that lists numerous body parts. And then if you have an ailment, you look up that body part, and then there's a correlating emotional affirmation attached to that. You read that affirmation, see if it resonates with you. And then there's instructions about how many times to say that affirmation. But even if you're still skeptical about this idea and thought that emotions contribute to health issues, I still encourage you to have, keep the chart somewhere. And then as symptoms arise, just check out the chart, even if you're not planning to do the full protocol, and see if, things resonate, because I guarantee you're going to start seeing connections. But I mean,
that's a great starting
give
point.
you an example, like, recently, my most recent example was a couple months ago. I woke up in the morning and I noticed my teeth were looking like yellow, transparent. And I noticed they're like transparent all of a sudden. I knew it wasn't a matter of staining, like my teeth didn't all of a sudden get stained overnight. And, the nutritionist in me was like, oh my God, this is demineralization. Teeth are made of so many minerals. I'm not getting enough minerals in my diet. I want to run out and get some trace minerals to add to my water and eat more green juices, drink more green juices. And then I was like, okay, slow down, practice what you preach, look up your emotion, look up your ailment. So I looked up the emotion correlating to the two teeth demineralization, and it was not being allowed to bite, not being allowed to snap at someone. And it immediately resonated. I knew exactly what it was. Weeks prior, my husband did something that pissed me off, and I had felt that not being able to snap because I couldn't talk to him about it, because we have two little kids, and we're always we're always in front of them. During the day, if they're not at school, we're not working, we're with them, we go to bed with them. So I had that feeling of not being able to bite or talk to him about the situation. So I was holding it in for weeks, and then I was just trying to let it go and bury it. But the universe had different plans for me and wanted to teach me a lesson, I guess. And so it showed me in my teeth. And so I immediately was like, yep, this is it. I stopped everything. I called him at work. I said, can you take a break for 5 minutes? We need to talk about something. And we did. And we talked, and I immediately felt better. And we didn't even really resolve the problem at hand, but we talked about it.
Right.
And that
got it out in
alone,
the open. Yeah.
like, I knew I felt better. And then that night, when I was brushing my teeth, I noticed they were already getting opaque again. They were already getting whiter again. And then the next morning I woke up and they were back to their normal color. So that's just one example of, it could be as simple as just acknowledging that you might not have to do a full, numerous day affirmation exercise like I provided. Sometimes it's just looking up the emotion and seeing the connection and realizing it.
Yeah. That's very cool. So if somebody wants to reach out to you, what's the best way for them to reach out and get more information or talk to you about what they've got going on?
Yeah. Through my website, beneaththesymptom.com, that you could contact me through my website, and it goes directly to my email, and email is best. I most likely will respond asking if you want to have a phone call or a Zoom call, because I like actually talking to people best. So yeah, website is best. And then I also offer complimentary 20-minute quantum biofeedback scans. So somebody can, if they're not sure, they want to learn more, we could set that up so they could see it.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That's very, very awesome. Very generous. Great. So thanks so much for spending a few minutes with us and kind of, giving us a little education in this aspect. It sounds fascinating. For anybody watching, the links to her gift and to her website will be in the description of the video or below the video. So make sure you check that out. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. So
Yeah.
with that, everybody have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for being on, and we will talk to y'all soon.
Thank you.
Bye.